Welcome to GTech's podcast. I'm your host, Anyizi Faith Nkwetta. Today we have a special guest, the Executive Director of GoGreen Technology, Mr. Awejan Emmanuel. West, welcome, Mr. Awejan Emmanuel.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, Faith, for receiving me.
I've heard a lot about GoGreen Technology. I want to know what inspired the creation of GoGreen Technology.
Okay, for going there, I first like to state the limitations and the difficulties we have. We understand that the economy is tough, it's rough, and most of the time, we young people we tend to blame the others. Like now, I said, okay, without jobs, we blame the government. Uh, the family is not doing well, we blame our parents because they could have done it better for us. But we forget to take responsibilities. We forget to understand that where we are today and now is as a result of the decision we took yesterday. So if we could have that platform that bring together youths and put them in that state of you are responsible for who you are. You are responsible for who you will become. Where you come from is not your fault. The way you end up is entirely your fault. So Green Technology is that platform aimed at empowering youth, putting them, shaping them, putting that position of right mindset to take the decision to make the economy better, and most importantly, to fight against climate change.
Okay, at least now I better understand GoGreen Technology.
Thank you.
Okay, I also want to know what problem were you determined to solve?
Oh, one of the key problems or the key issue that pulled our attention was climate change, global challenge we are facing here. For example, now this is Boya, when Boya now. Some years back when I came to Boya, I think it was 2013. Boya used to be very cool and fresh, very. But now it's very hot. Like it is extremely hot. In the night, at times we even have to turn on your AC before you sleep. So it just tell you how the climate change has how climate, the weather has changed. It's not still the way it used to be. And when we look deep into it, we see that one of the principal causes of it is technology, evolution. We want to build more beautiful construction, which is good for development, but we can still do it in a sustainable way. It means we can do it without tampering with nature. We can do it while harmonizing ourselves with nature. So, Green Technologies' one principal aim is to use technology to solve the problem of climate change. That's why most of the activities, most of the projects we carry on at Go Green is all tilted towards making the economy much better than we met it.
Okay. Okay, I would like to also know how does GoGreen Technology move from idea to measurable impact in community, especially among young people?
Okay, that's a very interesting one. Like I said at the beginning, at Go Green Technologies, we understand that what is happening to us is our fault, not somebody's fault. We are the one that they are the decision that we took yesterday that is impacting us today. So when we get ourselves in that mindset, we understand that when we sit to look at the challenges that we face now every day, we have to understand that we have what it takes to make it better. We have what it takes to solve it. It's a mindset that we develop at Go Green. So then it becomes very easy. We have young people sit around a situation. I will not say a problem, I'll just call it a situation because it's temporal. It's easy for them to sit around it and propose a solution in a much more cost-effective way.
What led to the creation of educating youth on digital sustainability? That's the EYODS.
EYODS is one of our long-lasting projects. We started 2021. I remember well. The goal of EYODS is to bridge the gap in the digital literacy space. We know that technology is evolving in a global space, but we are far behind. Like, we are typically, I would say, averagely 20 years behind technology. Because like now we have countries that are already experiences that have been experiencing 5G ever since 6G. They're testing their 7G already, but we still use 2G in some areas.
Yeah.
So you will see that we are far behind when it comes to technology. Now, that is not a problem, but the problem is when we refuse to acknowledge it and take the necessary step to meet up. Because if we are all inspired to move towards development, to become that emergent state by 2035 as stated by our government, we must be able to do our own, to bring our own contribution to it, because it's not a one-person thing, it's not a government thing, like we said, the president said that we'll get our emergence by 2035. It's not something that is just going to happen in a click. It's going to be a compounding of all of our efforts to bring us there. So every citizen must understand that and take that initiative to be like, okay, if we are to develop by 2035, what is my own contribution there? So one of our contribution was the EYODS, where our main goal is to train young people on basic IT skill that they need to enhance their career path, to put them in that position of getting better jobs. Because many employers today will not employ you if you don't have some IT background. They expect you to even be able to navigate with a computer, to use a computer maybe to document, so maybe keep their data, manage their online presence, do some basic stuff that will help them make more deals. So this has become difficult because we still rely a lot on traditional method of education, where we still focus a lot on our textbook, those history stuff, kind of things, which are important, but we must not ignore the digital era. So EYODS is to as I said, educating youth on digital sustainability with emphasis on the girl child is aimed at breaching that gap, like preparing the students still at the level of the university, so that by the time they graduate, they have the degree and a digital background that enhance their position when it comes to the job market.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay. Why is digital sustainability critical for this generation?
In everything we do, we must understand that we're not only doing it for ourselves, but we are doing it for the next generation. Because when we train youth on digital skills, we're not training them to come and give us something, or to come and stay here stay here with us. They are going to continue creating impact in their own line of activity in one way or the other. So on understanding that whatsoever we do today will impact our tomorrow, which that tomorrow you might not be there or at, but our children, the younger generation, are going to be there. So we must do it in a sustainable way, in a way that the next generation would take it from there and make it better, not killing it. So sustainability in every action we take is critical. For it, we must take and have in consideration that it is a legacy that we are building. Like, we'll just take, for example, give you an example. We have the Great Wall of China, which took enormous generation to make it happen. It means the initiator of that project knew that he will not see the project complete. He knew that even his grandchildren will not see it complete, but knew that it is important for the development of China and decided to launch. So we need to be able to think in that type of era. If Dangote today is the richest man in Africa, it's not because he started Dangote. He took it from a level and brought it to where it is. It means that somebody, his grandfather or whosoever, started it, but with that intention that this is going to be a giant in Africa, and transmitted it from the next generation. And we can all see what Dangote is doing. Today, he has the biggest refinery in Africa, probably one of the biggest in the world. He's taking it higher. So will the next generation also do. So it's important that we also have that in mind, that whatsoever we are doing does not only limit us, but we have to be able to transfer it to the next generation so that they can make it bigger, and most importantly, set a footprint. Like, this is the footprint, this is what we are working, these are our principles, these are the things that govern us. This thing we are doing is not just for us, but it's for the next generation as well.
Thank you for clarifying that.
Thank you.
Okay. You often emphasize that youth are drivers of sustainability change. What does that truly mean in practical terms?
Africa has the youngest generation in the world as it is now. Its population is expected to double by 2050, which means more youth. Now, those are the realities of our economy. We have more youth. If we can make this youth to understand that they are the ones to bring change, see, it's going to be very impactful based on their numbers. The highest strength, the greatest strength of China today, it is population. At first, they started by is one child per family. They move on to 2, and after they remove it, because they understood that their population is their strength. Now, Africa's highest population are youth. It means our strength is in the youth. They have what it takes. They have the energy. They have the zeal. Not ignoring what our elders are doing. They have set the footprint. So we have to take it to another level. But for us to take it to another level, we must be conscious enough. We must understand the importance of collaboration, of working together, not looking at you as my enemy, but instead as a collaborator, that we can join our forces and make this place better. It's important because one of the things that is drawing us back is that spirit of individuality. We want to be the only person doing it. See, it's killing us. It's killing our younger population, because young people don't know how to collaborate. It's the reason why you come to understand that Cameroon alone has more than 21,000 new businesses being created every year. We're talking about 21,000, for which 97% of them shut down in less than 2 years. That is enormous. Not saying that creating is a bad thing, it's a very good thing. But why, instead of the 10 of us creating 10 different enterprises doing similar things, why not come together, 10 of us, and create one and make it stand? Look at Amazon. The founder of Amazon, the main person, Jeff Bezos, he has, I think, about 13% of Amazon, but he's one of the richest in the world. He has 13%. That should speak. He must not own it all to be there. But now I wouldn't really blame them, because they come from this angle of the slave mindset. I would take you back some during the period of slavery, if you permit me.
Go ahead, please.
During the period of slavery, one of the things that the master did was that they'll free a slave, 1 or 2 every season, to free you. You're a free man. But now, for you to be a free man, you have to earn it. You have to prove your loyalty to your master. Now, for you to prove your loyalty to your master, what do? You have to tell your master whatsoever the people are plotting. If slaves are plotting to escape, you have to go and tell your master. That's how you prove your loyalty to your master. Your loyalty to your master means that you stand for his benefit. And the benefit of the slave master at that time was that no slave should escape, which is but normal, right?
Yes.
So if people are plotting to escape, you have to come and tell your master. It means you have to sell your own people to please your master so that you can gain his fair favor, so that at the end of the season you can be liberated. Now let's look in the case that we have a master that liberates just one slave per season. It means that if you're already pleasing the master, it means you are at the top, right? And I also want to be at the top. What should I do? I must bring you down. There's no way, because we both of us cannot be at the top. One person must be up, the other person down. Because at the end of the day, the master is going to free by one person. So it is that slave mindset that we have take it down to this level. Somehow in our mind, we have this conception that the only way I can be great, I can make it in life, is that I must be the only one up there. That's why we young people find it difficult to collaborate. Even when we are collaborating, I'm waiting for the least mistake to bite you, to hurt you, to benefit, to carry all and go with it. That thing has happened with me. I had a friend that we collaborated to apply for a project. He applied, and our goal was that, okay, whosoever that wins, we shared, because we are two of us. But I heard about the opportunity. I tapped him. He's my man. We are in a space to get together. I'm like, okay, let's apply. You apply, I apply. We have two projects, right?
Yes.
If one shows up, we take and share. Now, my project was not selected. The only way I knew that his project was selected is when I saw it on TV. It was being uploaded by the ministry. You get the point? So it's just that aspect of I want to be the only person there. And it's killing us. So by the time young people understand the importance of breaching that gap, the importance of collaboration. That's why at GoGreen Technologies, we have a lot of partners. But we sort out people that we share the same mindset, we bring them closer. Because we understand that together we can do a lot. And those are some of the things that have helped us create the impact which we have created to lead with some of our projects. The importance of collaboration among young people is important. And when these young people grab that, understand and accept that, they'll be unstoppable. There's nothing that we would be unable to do when we learn to collaborate. We have a lot of potential.
Thank you. Okay. What key initiative is GoGreen Technology currently focusing on, and how do you align with the long-term vision of the organization?
Okay, we have some projects that are going on.
Yes.
Like we have this, but I'll just go straight to talk about one that we already implemented, which is the waste world. We aim at producing supplement for the inorganic fertilizer. We understand the damage that the inorganic fertilizer is causing to us, society, yes, to the soil, the damage that it causes. But truth be told, as it is now, we cannot do without the inorganic, because the rate at which the population is increasing, we must do some things extra to meet up with when it comes to food production, processing, like to actually cultivate fruit. Now, if we want to rely only on the organic fertilizer, which is good and the best, but the thing is that production is going to be slow and the cost is going to rise. Said the nutrient is going to be there, is going to be very, very nutritive, good for our health. But the reality is that it's not going to fit everybody. And now there will be scarcity in terms of food. Which food we understand that those are the basic necessity of every economy. We must be able to feed before any other thing, because at times our anger is just about hunger. So it's important that we first of all eat. Now, when we understand that, we say, okay, as it is now, we need the inorganic fertilizer, but it's also causing some damages. So what can we do? We thought about that. I thought about proposing a solution, which is a supplement for it. It's designed to be used alongside with the inorganic fertilizer to enrich the soil, to get rid of the damages that the inorganic fertilizer causes to the soil. With that now, it put us in a state of sustainability, in a state of long term. when applying now our inorganic fertilizer in our farm, we don't see how that fear, that panic that is going to destroy our soil in the long run. Because we have something that is taking care of that already. So that's one of the key projects that we are working on. And we look forward to bring as product to the market for the population to test.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, I'm looking forward to see it actually.
Thank you.
How important are partnership, sponsorship, and institutional collaboration to achieving GoGreen Technologies' goal?
That's a very interesting question. You cannot grow alone. That one is a fact. You cannot make it alone. Now, on understanding that, and also look into the SDG Goal 17, which talk about partnership, about collaboration, about working with other end entities. It's not by mistake that that goal was stated. Which for that goal particularly, I'll buy it because it binds with the realities of our economy. It is important that we learn to collaborate, we learn to work with each other, because I might be good at one thing and bad at another thing, for which you are good at that other thing. So it's like if we bring our energies together, we'll create more impact. Because if alone I can have two, you alone you can have two. When we come together, we are not having four, we're having 6, 8, 10. We are doubling the number that we can have. So by the time we understand that, we say it is important for us to collaborate, because collaboration, first of all, reduces the stress. It reduces the effort needed, but increases our results. It increases the output, the productivity of whatsoever we are venturing into only grows. It only becomes better. Now, almost in all of our projects that we carry, we always work with partners. And it's so we carry our project with much ease, and the results are always there. So personally, I think collaboration, I think partnership is important. It's critical for the development of our economy. Now, talking about sponsorship, one of the things that hold us back in terms of business, in terms of growth, there I would talk like a business person. In terms of growth, is access to capital in our country, our situation. Access to capital to startups is not really that easy. It's not really that easy. And also given to the fact that we really lack financial intelligence. We don't know how to build with other people's money. We have been groomed to understand that we have to use our own money to build a business. It's important to use our own money or the money we have been able to raise for free to get started with the business. But when the business are producing and we want to scale out, we cannot use our own money to scale out. Our own money always is limited. We have to learn to work with institutions, to work with financial houses to get access to loans, to capital, to scale out. That's now where sponsorship comes into place. Sponsorship are very important, and in that line, I'll see the opportunity to invite financial houses to have programs or incubation programs with young entrepreneurs, young business people, where they actually teach them how to work with them, how to do business with them, because they have the capital. It's useless in the bank when it is not producing more profit, because at the end of the day, bank is going to give you an interest to pay, which you pay because you are making money, and at the end you have your own share, which is significant, which also permits you to scale out, increase your workforce. That's creating more jobs and reducing the rate of unemployment. This is just with sponsorship, it comes along to solve a lot of problems that are hidden behind the system. But it's important that we learn to work together, collaborate, because all of this can be solved through partnerships, where financial institutions partner to bring in young entrepreneurs, because there are a lot of networks of young entrepreneurs. It's easy for them to partner and form an ecosystem where they actually groom these young people on how to work with them, because our system don't really prepare us on how to manage finance. It don't really teach us what is money. It prepares us to get a job, yes, which is not bad. It's a good thing because we need to make a living. But now, how do we actually make the money? How do we get financial freedom? It doesn't prepare us for that. But these financial houses, they have the know-how. They're in a better position because they understand money, they understand the spirit, they understand what is hidden behind money. So I'll say those are some of the aspects that I can conclude by saying that partnerships, sponsorships are critical in the development of an economy.
Okay, thank you. What have you been? What have you been? What have been some major lessons in building and sustaining a youth-focused environmental organization?
Human resources are the most complex resource to manage in an institution. First. Secondly, young people have a lot of complexity. They have zero tolerance, zero patience. You know, understanding is very low. With all of this, it makes it really difficult to work with young people. So what we do is simple, is that we set a system that filters those young people with the right mindset, bring them together to do something impactful. We give every young person that opportunity to work and collaborate with us. But we understand that as a third party, as a youth-led organization, we can't change a human being. We can only expose a human being to the right and the wrongs and guidance and allow them to make a decision that is going to help them better their lives. Because, for example, if you tell a young person that you need to first of all build the skills to make the money, you need the skills first. Building skills takes time. You have to learn, you have to master. Then you have to provide your services. When they start doing it for 1 month, 2 months, they're fed up. They want the results now, which tend to make it really difficult. But still, at that point, we don't give up. The system we have put in place is so result oriented that make it easy for us to give them the awareness, give them all the materials they need to make better decisions for themselves first. Then those that choose to make better decisions, we move on with them to the next phase.
Mhm.
So with that, I'll say this. Yes, it has been a challenging part, but we understand that everything, every great result come at a great cost, and it requires sacrifices.
That's true.
So we are not scared to sacrifice. We're doing what we have to do.
Where do you see GoGreen Technology in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the next 5 years, I'll say that I see go green technologies being soaked into the DNA. Is it in quotes in the DNA of many young people? I see it at that level that when I get to an entity, to an office, I'll meet somebody there that knows about Go Green Tech, that can attest of the impact that Go Green Technology have had in their life in terms of youth empowerment. Because I still now, a lot of time when I work in I meet a lot of young people that applaud what we've done because I participated in one of our programs of our project, which I don't have any idea about them, but they know me and know the project. That is impact. That is result. That is reward. That is what brings us the joy. Because we don't do it for money, because the purpose of it is more than us. It's something is greater than we. That's why we keep on doing it over and over. So in the next 5 years, that's one of the things that I look at seeing. Getting into millions and meeting young people there that can attest of the impact that GoGreen Technologies have in their life and see how they have become better. One thing I look at. Another thing I look at, seeing GoGreen Technologies actually producing tangible products aimed at making the environment, the climate, the weather better than we met it. For example, I look at the supplements for the inorganic fertilizer, making waves, dominating the industry, become that reference point. That reason why we have to keep on producing food for the economy.
Looking at the future, the youth should be lucky.
I won't say lucky because it is our responsibility. The way our economy has made us is just like whatsoever we have as good, or the basics that we have, is like it's magic. It's like it's out of this space, but it's barely responsibility. One of the reasons that we all aim at going out is because those people that are out have made their economy better. No matter how they did it, the end point is that they made their economy better. The reason why we want to go there and benefit from that. Why not stay behind, or not necessarily stay, but set in place initiatives that will make this our economy better? Because the thing is, before you want to complain two, or let's say before you want to complain one, show two things that you have done to make this place better. As long as there's nothing you have done to make this place better, you have no right to complain. Absolutely no right. As long as you have not impacted somebody, you have not been a positive element in somebody's life that the person can sit and attest that I am who I am today because of you. You have no right to complain of whosoever. You have no right to even your parents. You don't have the right to point them fingers because you have done nothing. So why should you expect something? When we have that mindset, we tend to learn to give before we expect to receive. But we have so much built up this mindset of how the term is going, entitlement. We always want to take. We never think of giving. That's why most of the time people don't like to work with young people, because young people only want to take. They always are the taking end, then they never give. Where you ask them to be like, what can I give to that man? He's already big, already has everything. No. He's also a human being. Give what you have. Give it at your standard, not at his standard, because you are not his standard. Even if it is how can we say it? A liter of oil, of red oil, not even the traditional one that we use now. Just a liter. That is your level. The minimum, the small you have, you are ready to share. That means a lot. That is what people want to see. Can you give to others? And you also be given to.
Thank you. Okay. How can young people, organizations, and sponsors get involved today?
Okay. First, if you go through our website, there is a call to action there. We give opportunities for individuals to volunteer with us, to join us in the fight, to join us in that commitment to make this place better. We also give opportunities for partners, sponsor people that want to collaborate with us. There are a lot of CSO, that's civil society organizations, that are also into other activity in other spaces to join us in collaboration. So that will be part of us. Join us is very easy. Just go to our website and fill one of the forms, or you go to our website and contact us. We are very open to collaborate and work with others. It's typically very easy. Or you check any of our social medias. Or you just type GoGreen Technologies, you must see us. Yeah, but there's just so a lot about us that is somehow impossible to not see something that will lead you to us.
Thank you, Mr. Aweja. Thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Thank you, Faith. I'm honored.